Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I am finally back home in Bangkok and we're back in our house. I have learned so much taking this trip that I'm so excited to share with you guys. But before I start, I just want to say thank you for all of those people that have subscribed to my channel. And for those of you that haven't, please subscribe. It really motivates me. Like and comment, do whatever it is that you want. I read all your comments. I know I'm a little bit lazy in replying, but I read all of them. Anyway, let's get started. So this episode is all about what to bring on the plane with your baby. I asked myself that same question before I got on the plane. I was like, oh my God, I have never traveled with baby Kaya. What do I bring on the plane? I have to say, I am now a master packer because I did not forget anything. Okay, it took me like 4 days to understand what to bring on the plane, but I had 4 days to think about what to bring on the plane, and this is it. Alright, first we're going to talk about how did baby Kaya eat on the plane. So she's actually formula fed right now, and also she eats puree. So I asked myself like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Do I just feed her formula? Do I feed her food? Like, what do? I did both, okay? Do exactly what you do at home on the plane. So the way you can do that is actually really easy. So these packet foods, which is from this brand that I seriously love so much and that I've been using a lot, but I still cannot pronounce. And I think it's called Little Italy Organic.
Little Atoll.
Sorry if I mispronounced it, but you know that I'm a fan, and that's the most important thing. This brand is organic and they have really good food. They have vanilla custard, they have sweet potato, pumpkin and corn, they have pear, mango and banana, and then they have chicken, veggies, brown rice, which is a source of protein for the baby. These are really good and I use these a lot when I traveled with Kaya. So some babies can just eat them out of the packet. Kaya does that, but I do prefer to put it in a glass tin like this and feed her with the spoon, because that way you can ask the airline, if they're nice enough, to actually heat it up. So you can just put it in the glass tin and you can ask them to heat it. If not, they are perfectly fine eating out of these. So these are really good meals to have. Kaya ate these when we were in Dubai in transit. I gave her dinner and I gave her the vanilla custard for her dessert. So I still did the same thing. Formula, always bring a whole tin of formula with you. The reason why I say that is because what happens if your flight is delayed? What happens if you get stuck in transit? If something happens, you will have a whole tin of formula and you're not gonna be like, oh my God, now what? How am I gonna feed my baby? That's possibly the worst thing I think that could happen. You want a full tin of formula, a new one that has not been opened. And bibs, okay. Kaya's teeth are coming out, she's drooling, she's got saliva all over the place. Always bring 2 bibs with you. That's because you don't want your baby wearing the same clothes getting on and off the plane. The plane might look clean, but don't forget, you're also getting the same air. A lot of people have been on this plane. You want to kind of change your baby out of the clothes. This also depends on how long your flight is too. So we flew from Thailand to New York, okay? This trip took like 30 hours. So I actually brought a lot. If you're flying from like Thailand to Singapore, this does not apply. Alright, so 2 bibs, alright? 2 bottles, 1 for milk. Now, if you've gotten 1 bottle down, can you be bothered to go bathroom and wash this bottle? Not really. Put that aside, you always have another bottle at hand. You could do the 1 bottle trick, but I just don't want to keep washing the bottle over and over again. Then, Kaya's favorite bottle that she's been using since she was newborn, which I think she probably should not be using anymore, but she's really attached to it, a water bottle. And this I just used to give her water throughout the flight because just like we do, babies get dehydrated. It's a lot of dry air, so you definitely want to bring a water bottle too. And this, now this has been a lifesaver. This is from Biaba. I got this pretty much as soon as Kaya was born, and this came in handy so much during the flight because yes, you have your formula, but do you want to be taking out your tin of formula all the time and doing this? No. So I would just measure 1 meal here, 1 meal here, and 1 meal here. So I would always have this in the backstop, but I would always put the formula in each one here. So I would just open, I would have the bottle with the water, and I would pour in the formula, and I would know that 1 section equals 1 meal. For those of you that have flown with babies before and for those of you that haven't, takeoff and landing. This is something I learned, which I think is really important. When the plane takes off, your baby's ears are gonna get clogged or the air pressure. So what you do is you're supposed to feed a bottle of milk or water or whatever it is, juice for the baby when you're taking off. Same thing when you're landing. So that's really important to know. And if they don't want to take a bottle, they can take a pacifier. They just need to suck on something going up and going down. So that was really, really important. All right, so another section that I brought with me is obviously diapers, okay? I made one small mistake on the way there, which was I thought I bought a lot of diapers, and I did, but at the end of the whole 30-hour trip, I realized, oh my God, crap, I only have 2 diapers left. So I could have packed more diapers. So I would say always overpack the diapers. So Kaya's using Momo Rabbit, which I packed along on the trip too. I just packed like a whole bunch of these and I put them in my hand carry. I know it's a lot of stuff to have for your baby, but let me tell you, you would rather overpack than underpack, okay? Especially with diapers and formula. Alcohol spray. Okay, you're getting on a plane, there's COVID, just be paranoid. I sprayed down all the seats, I sprayed down all the buttons. Why? Because babies love to touch buttons. They just touch everything. So make sure you spray it down. It will give you a peace of mind and you're definitely avoiding any kind of germs and stuff. So alcohol spray. Diaper rash cream. Now that's something you want to bring. We use Honest diaper rash cream, which is really good. You want to bring this just in case your baby decides to get a diaper rash on the plane. Diaper rash is apparently very uncomfortable. You definitely want to have this too on the plane. Dry skin. Babies also get dry skin on the plane just like how we do. So I always bring cream with me to put on Kaya, especially when I change her clothes after such a long flight. You want to keep moisturizing her. Obviously, baby wipes. You can never get enough of baby wipes on the plane because they eat, they poop, they pee. You just want to wipe things down. This is a definite, you know that already. Now, I also had to learn the hard way, but I was prepared. Diaper bags. Kaya loves to poop in places where it is the most inconvenient to change her, like on the plane. She will poop on the plane, or she will poop when we're about to get on the plane, or she wants to poop in a car. So we always have these with us because nobody wants to smell that, especially on a plane. Especially if you're sitting next to someone, you need to change your baby's diaper. You don't go to the bathroom and do it. You decide to do it on the seat like I did. You want these with you. It's just proper etiquette and polite to do that, to bag your own baby's poop, all right? Medicine. You want to bring medicine on the plane in case something happens to the baby. So I always bring for Kaya baby Tylenol, just in case she gets a fever on the plane. I just have it in case, or in case she's teething really badly and she's crying a lot. Baby Tylenol. A thermometer, you need this when you travel. Definitely, especially right now when there's COVID, you want to be prepared with all this stuff. So I always have a medicine bag with me. You can always put other stuff in here, whether there's some kind of tummy oil that you use for your baby. Make sure you bring a medicine bag on board because when you're in the air, let's face it, you need everything. Clothes, all right? Clothes and toys. What toys to bring? What clothes to bring? All right, toys, easy. Just bring her favorite thing. Obviously, don't bring a whole playpen with you, but just pick maybe 3 or 4 things that you feel like she might be super attached to. Kaya is really, really attached here to Sophie, and Sophie's been with her pretty much since she was born. So I think she feels really safe when she's around Sophie, so that was definitely a must on the plane. She also likes her elephant because it makes noise and it makes funny sounds. She can bite this, she can play with this, she can chew on this, and it makes sounds. So this is kind of like an all-in-one toy. We brought this with us. We brought this toy too, which makes some sound, which probably isn't very polite for people sitting next to you, but whatever. So we brought this too. I think if I was sitting next to me, I would be like, I want to move the seat. So anyway, we brought this. And then we brought Elmo, which I cannot show you because Elmo currently is sleeping with Kaya in the crib. And if I take Elmo, you're gonna hear her crying. Elmo was puked on twice by Kaya because she puked in the car and then she also puked on Elmo in her crib. So Elmo has been through a lot. We had to actually wash Elmo a few times, which now brings me back to why you need to bring extra clothes because your baby pukes. I learned this the hard way. In New York, Kaya puked on the way to the airport in the car. She puked on Elmo and she puked all over her clothes. Kaya was already in her pajamas on the way to the airport and she puked on Elmo and she puked on herself. Did I panic? Yes, I panicked because she puked on herself. But no, I didn't panic like crazy. Why? Ta-da! Because I had another pair which she had to wear. So always pack 2 PJs or 2 sets of clothes. Again, if you're flying to Singapore, this does not apply. These are for long-term flights. 2 burp cloths. I bought 2 burp cloths with me because they get dirty, full of saliva. I use these all the time with Kaya, so I bought 2 sets of that. I bought also this with me, and this is just a small cloth that I could use to wash her face. So Kaya obviously didn't take a shower or anything, so I would actually, when we were in transit, I would wet the cloth and just wipe her down so she's a little bit more fresh. I would clean her hands with this because babies touch everything. So washing hands I think is really important too on the plane when you're with the baby. I brought her own blanket with her because even though the plane has things, it really just depends on you if you want to reuse the stuff that the plane has used or you want to bring your own. I prefer to bring my own, so I brought her own blankie that I could put when she's sleeping because I just felt safer that way. New set of clothes. I always brought with me one onesie that she could change into. Now if she got hot, she could just wear her onesie. If it started to get cold, I would just put her in an extra pair of pants and a sweater in case she got cold. So like I said, I have only traveled with Kaya a few times. We traveled a long haul flight. You can adjust what you see here, but this is what worked for me and Kaya. Oh, and I forgot also one really important thing, our Duna stroller. Our Duna stroller was a lifesaver during this trip. Why? Because we could bring it on the plane with us. So we had Kaya in the stroller. We took her all the way through into the plane with her stroller. And the good thing about the Duna is it fits on the top. So I'm just gonna show you what this amazing little thing did for us. And if you've been watching my episodes, you will see this a lot. So this is the Duna. And here we have like a stroller toy just to keep her occupied when she's in the stroller. These were really useful. This was given to me by my husband's cousin. And these are hooks to put your bag on, which was really, really useful because we didn't have that before. This goes as the car seat, so you can see that in previous episodes, and it goes on top of the baggage compartment, I think it's called, and you can put that up there. So this has been really, really useful. So how do you close the Duna? Like this, and then like that. So this goes in to the overhead compartment in the plane or as a car seat. And then once you're done and you want to take it out and you want to put baby in the stroller, ta-da! And you guys are back with your stroller. Push. Ganga! Just press this button and damn it. Alright, and then to open, you press this and it doesn't come out again.